Something is not working. Did that work? Yay! Okay, what I was saying was, welcome to another Battleground Games Live!
Hi.
Welcome to our dining room. I'm Andrew.
I'm Amanda.
And now we actually can be heard. That was fun. Maybe turn this up a nudge? I don't know. That seems... Tell us if we seem too quiet. But yes, welcome to our dining room where every week we get together and play board games here on Battleground Games and Hobbies.
Board games.
Yes, board game channel. For those of you unfamiliar with it, Battleground Games and Hobbies is your friendly local game store in the greater Boston, Massachusetts area with 3 convenient locations. One up in Saugus on Route 1, just past the Red Roof Inn. One down in Norton by the Xfinity Center. And one midway between the two of them in Abington, which is where we used to stream from every Friday. We have not streamed from there every Friday since the pandemic caused us to relocate. We still don't feel super comfortable. We've both gotten both of our shots.
Yeah, we're both fully vaxxed.
But we don't feel super comfortable playing in the store yet. We'll get there eventually.
We will. It'll happen. It's just not happening this week.
Yeah. But what we can do is we can bring games home and play them here and play them with our friends in the internet. So welcome, friends. Hello, Lobster. We're going to play some Mysterium.
Yep.
And we're going to do it with chat. So, I don't know, do we have anything that we want to cover before we get into the mechanics? Amanda's setting up because she's going to be the ghost.
Yeah.
I wonder if any of our friends from the Bagel Raid from last time are going to show up for this. It's possible.
It's possible.
Sphere Song said that they might try to be here during my chat. Lobster says that he is ready to do some detecting. Let me see what we're going to be able to get on camera here. Excuse me. Not the ideal space for this game, because this game does actually take up a fair amount of room. That's one advantage that Mysterium Park has.
Yeah, it's much more compact. And it's also much easier to set up.
Yeah, Mysterium Park is a breeze to set up. It's so simple. Alright, so we need people, places, and weapons. So for anybody who has not participated in this game before, Mysterium is roughly similar to Clue in that it is a game where we are trying as players to determine who... Amanda is a ghost.
Yep.
And we are trying to determine who killed her,
and
where, and with what. And the way that we do that is she will give us clues in the form of cards, visions, that I will display on screen, and we'll sort of review those. The game does come with a timer, but we never use it.
Never.
Because really, it doesn't work with stream lag, and we're not all about like the.
It just makes it frustrating more than fun, and that's not what we want out of this stream. So
we have a game at the store that is a worker placement emergency room simulator game where the workers are egg timers, which sounds like
so stressful.
chaos, but also sounds kind of cool in a very stressful kind of way. So what Amanda's doing right now is she's going through to determine who. So basically, the way this is going to work, chat, is each of us who decide to play in the game, which right now is me and Lobster, but if anybody else in chat wants to play, just pipe up and we'll assign you a character. Each of us will receive a color. And Amanda has, behind this screen that she's got in front of her, a list of, for each color, the suspect, location, and murder weapon that particular person is attempting to guess. And then at the end of the game, she has to choose a single set of those, and we have to guess which of the potential lineups that we've already established are the correct one. And we do have, it's not a time limit, but we do have
a number of rounds.
Yeah, a number of rounds to do it in. The flavor of the game is that this goes...
it's like an overnight.
Yeah, we, the psychics, are only able to communicate with the ethereal plane for a certain number of hours.
If it's 3 of us.
Yeah, in a 3-player game, I think each of us plays 2 psychics or something like that.
I'm looking.
Okay.
So, each player plays 2 psychics. So you're going to do that.
Okay.
And so I create 2 additional groups of cards. I guess. Yeah, for the suspect lineup.
Right. So there should be...
There should be 6.
6 cards to choose from in each lineup. And then each of us is playing 2 different colors.
Yeah.
So Lobster, our available colors are black, white, yellow.
Oh, wait, no. Hold on.
Blue,
2.
purple, and red.
Okay, so if we're doing an easy game with 3 players,
yes,
we should have 5 suspect things, and I have to pull more than just the 2. Like, I have to create extra potential ones at the end, it says. It's very weird. I'm not sure about that. So
I feel like we've done 3-player games before.
Yeah, I'll put 5 out, and each of you are playing 2 psychics. So there's only 1 that isn't a potential.
Fair.
So let's do.
So Lobster, would you choose 2 colors? And
these are supposed to go down here. Sorry.
It's okay. You sort of have to scooch stuff around to get it
as we
fit
go
on frame. And once you've chosen your 2 colors, Lobster will review the potential murder suspects.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll choose contrasting colors. So I think purple is out because purple and red
are
similar.
so similar.
So, Lobster, I'm going to make you 3D man, and you're red and blue.
Okay.
So Lobster is red and blue. This actually works for lobsters too, because
It does.
lobsters are usually blue and potentially red as well. I'm going to switch cameras. There we go. So lobster, you're going to be red and blue. I'll be black and white. It should be easy enough to tell those from each other. Are we going to upvote and downvote each other? If we're playing 4 psychics?
I don't know.
No? Okay.
Red.
So one of the mechanics of the game, chat, if you have not played it before, is that the players have these voting tokens that they can upvote and downvote with. These little tokens here. But we're not going to use those. Basically, upvotes and downvotes, if you are correct in your supposition that the other players are either correct or incorrect in their guesses, it potentially gives you more guesses during the end game.
Yeah.
But we're not going to bother with that. So let me put these away. This seems to be rather extremely zoomed in. We'll see how this works when we bring out the cards. All right, so our potential murder suspects. I'm going to go from there and we'll go left to right. Starting with the chef. Here's the chef. Potential murder suspect number 1. He has a spoon and a little black goatee. He has a ramekin for making prepared meals. He has a kerchief, I guess this is, or a towel. So oftentimes color is something that the ghost will use as a hint. This chef has obviously black and white and this blue. So that's the chef, potential suspect number 1. Potential suspect number 2 is, did we decide this is sous chef or something? She's obviously related to the kitchen.
I think she's like the housekeeper or something.
And she's got potatoes. She's got these little shakers here, or preserves maybe. She's got some coins, and she's got a bell, so you can ring for her. So whomever that is potential suspect number 2. Potential suspect number 3 is the demon barber of Fleet Street. It's Sweeney Todd. There he is with his black and white hair, and his scissors, and his razor blade. Some black and white photos, very much a black and white fellow. Shaving cream brush and shaving cream. I don't think I would trust this gentleman to give me a shave, but maybe that's just me. Anyways, he's a potential murderer. Also a potential murderer, speaking of lots of black and white, is this magician. He's got a red little thing here. He's got some tarot cards, it looks like. He's got his magic wand. He's got his gloves. Some cards.
Lobster is asking if you can zoom out.
I can try. Let me try. Hang on. Oh, that didn't work.
I'm looking very cute.
She is very cute, Amanda. Alright, I've really messed this up now. Hang on. Hang on, I can do this. Well, mixed results. I don't want to be seen behind Amanda's screen. Okay.
All right, so let's try this. Here. There, I've zoomed out a little bit on the card so you can see more of it in one place. But here is the Magician, potential murder suspect number 4. And our final potential murder suspect. Amanda, I hope you don't have anything inappropriate on your screen because I can see it on camera now. It doesn't really matter.
It's just the
I know it's the chat. It's the stream. Our final suspect is this teacher, I assume. This school marm. She has a protractor and ruler. I remember having this ruler, this specific ruler here with the sort of metallic bend in it. I remember having that as a kid. And she's got quills and an ink pot. Those I did not have as a kid. Man, as a left-handed person, I am glad that I did not have to learn to write in the days of quills and ink pots. I would have just been smearing ink everywhere with the side of my hand. Oh, man. Anyways, that is potential murder suspect number 5.
All right.
So now Amanda has consulted her cards, and she is going to provide clues to us. Remember, chat, she has a limited number of cards available to choose from.
I have 7 in my hand, and I can give you
the clues
multiple cards.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Right, I can only draw after I've picked cards. So what I did was I pre-picked cards while you were talking.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, I'm going to tell you the color that it's for. I'm not supposed to talk, but given that we're playing virtually, I'm going to tell you who this is for, okay? So this is for white.
White. That is one of mine.
Okay.
White's first clue is... I don't know exactly what this is. It's a black and white caldera with some swords in the background, and I guess this is a wing in the foreground. These things are obviously up for interpretation.
Yeah.
There's another little bird here and some ghostly figures in the far distance. But that is white's first clue. All right. I'm going to put it here with the white counter on top of it so I remember who that clue belongs to.
These are for red.
Red. Lobster, you get 2 clues for red. The first is this one, which shows... Am I doing this? Is this right side up? I don't know which way is up. Okay. Clue number 1. Some sharks coming out of sandy sand, I guess, because these are camel prints. And then a window into a field of grain. Interesting. That's your first clue, but you get a second clue, red. This is your second clue. Is I don't even know how to describe some of these. There's a plate with a red dye upon it. There is a red ball of yarn, and this looks like a tree with antlers and a piece of thread running across it. I don't know what this is. Is that like a bug or something?
Sorry about that, folks.
Creepy is what it is. It's creepy. But those are your 2 clues for red, Lobster of Revenge. And if you need any follow-up, I can show them again. But let's put those over here with red and get our next clue.
This is for black.
Ooh, black also gets 2 clues. This is me. I get this gentleman running down a hallway, clutching something, with paintings coming to life behind him. There's like a dog coming out of this painting at him. And something sinister maybe in the distance there. Interesting looking. But I get a second clue. This is also for black. Clue number 2 is a red door floating in a lake, it looks like. It's got a horseshoe over it. In the distance, there's this gentleman with a sword. Could be a ghost or something. And a boat on the horizon with red sails.
It's Theseus. He forgot to change the sails on his boat.
Oops.
No, his dad's not going to be well after that. All right, so those are Black's clues.
And blue.
Finally, Blue, this is you again, Lobster, gets a single clue, which is chimney sweeps. This one's got no chimney. Well, I guess he's sort of going towards those in the background there. But this seems much more straightforward and less esoteric and weird. But it is chimney sweeps.
I don't think they were chimney sweeps.
You don't think so?
They're painting.
Oh, they're painting. Oh, I see. You're right. Yeah, this guy is painting the background.
They're painting the morning.
Ah.
That's how I've always...
I thought they were just chimney sweeps. I thought it was a scene from Mary Poppins. But that's Blue's clue. Blue's
Chim
clue.
chim
All right. So, let's think a little bit. This clue for white offers me very little to go on. Aside from the color, it's very black and white, which could point to a few different folks. Obviously, the barber has a lot of black and white going on. But so does the chef has a lot of black and white, and so does the magician has a lot of black and white. I feel like I don't know. Anyways, there's also these swords in the background. Those could be related to the barber's scissors? I don't know. My inclination is to go to the barber from that card, but that's just my guess. Lobster, do you need to see any of your cards again? Yeah, definitely black and white, I agree. But I don't know which card black and white would point to. So Lobster again, for red, you had the plates in a forest of bugs and antlers, which has a red and white motif going on with it. It's got that ball of yarn. We don't have the seamstress. The ball of yarn was always a really good, easy hint to the seamstress, but we don't have her as a suspect today.
Yeah, there are a couple of cards that are like dead giveaways for certain characters, but you sort of have to luck into them when you've got them on the board.
And then your other clue was this meadow in a window in a desert with sharks. There's a lot going on there. Color palette-wise, it's very yellow, but I don't know that yellow immediately leaps to mind for any of these characters.
Is that a bell in the window, he asks.
Ooh, yes, good call. That does look like a bell in the window. And there is a bell on the housekeeper. She is the only character we currently have showing that has a bell. So if Amanda's looking at that bell, then this could be sort of the ball of yarn and stuff. Or she doesn't have plates on her card. Let's look at the housekeeper in greater detail. Here she is. I mean, she's got a red and white, like, picnic cloth here. Or tablecloth. So that could be the red and white here. I think, Lobster, though, that's a good catch. The bell there does seem like a really good possibility.
Oh no, guys, she's Mrs. Polk.
Oh no.
I just realized.
She is the housekeeper, and
she's the housekeeper. She's Mrs. Polk.
Yeah. All right, red votes housekeeper. Okay, I'm just going to put red out on the housekeeper. Blue is these folks painting the sky. Painting the night onto the sky. That's gorgeous art. The art in this game is so good. So good. I did mention that the chef has this blue swatch of fabric here. That's the only blue that catches my eye in our current lineup. So if it's a color hint that Amanda's going for, that could be that. I don't know, Lobster, you seem to be better at sussing out hints than I am today, because you
And
saw
she's
that
obviously
bell and I
suspicious
missed
then.
that. But this is Blue's Clue. While you ponder that, I'm going to think about Black's clues. Black has this red door in a lake, and this guy running down a red hall. And they're both red. I feel like the magician has the most red of the current lineup. Trying to see if there's anything else in these cards that says anything about any of these. I'm going to guess magician for Black, which leaves white and blue. Do you have any votes for Blue? The teacher has pens, so she could be the painter. It's true, she does have pens. There's no paintbrushes in the teacher's illustration, but she does have those two pens there. God, that is such a vivid memory, seeing that ruler and remembering having that as a kid. I wonder what happened to it. I'm sure I got it from my parents or grandparents or something. So you thought of the teacher as a painter. I mean, she does have a little blue in her bodice. It's a lighter blue, but Amanda is limited in what she has access to. So if you're thinking painting and you're thinking blue, it's possible that it's her. If you're going purely on the color clue, my inclination would be to go to the chef. But yeah. I'm just going to put white on Sweeney Todd. Just the black and white and the black and white hair, I feel like they match. So that's my guess. Gramps had that ruler, okay. Yeah, so I've chosen Sweeney Todd. So you're going with the teacher. Okay, so blue is teacher. Are we locked in? I think we are. We'll give Lobster a couple of moments to say that he's locked in.
Okay.
And as long as he is, we can proceed.
Okay.
And Amanda as
I
the
am
ghost.
also going to, for end of that round, use one of my ravens
To draw a new hand.
to draw a new hand.
Okay.
So I don't see anything that's really...
He's locked. Okay.
All right.
So now Amanda tells us who advances and who remains behind. All right. Red was correct, so I don't need these anymore. Oh, man. Black and white were both correct. Blue was not correct. So, this was Black's...
grab the ones that go with the ones that are right.
I've actually lost count already, Amanda.
White was the barber.
Okay. So this was white. Which was this card.
Yep. Red was the housekeeper.
Red is the housekeeper.
Good call on the bell, by the way.
Yeah, that was a good catch.
100% what I was going for there. She also had, like, vague veggies, and I was like, mushrooms, sure.
That means Black was...
is the magician.
The magician. And chat, each of us do have an illustration of our character. This, for example, is the black, the psychic that is represented by the black color. And this is the psychic represented by the white color. I do love the art in this game so much.
It's so good.
And blue
has not moved forward, but will this next round because there is only one option left for blue to choose. So, I'm going to scooch this down a bit, get rid of the teacher. She's not a suspect in any lineup. And we're going to make space here for some locations.
These are for red.
Move the counter forward to hour 2.
Sorry, I should put these out, huh? Here, have some location cards.
She'll provide us with locations, and then we will review them on stream. So, we have
a graveyard. Murder could have taken place in, or it's a grave, and it looks like it's in a greenhouse. Anyways, that's a gorgeous card. So that's potential location number 1. Potential location number 2 is a laboratory / basement. It's got some beakers and such, some casks in the background. I assume they're filled with Amontillado. There's some various stuff hanging on the wall here. A coal shovel, very much a basement. Potential location number 3 is a library. It has a suit of armor, shelves, books, writing desk, no raven. Potential location number 4 is a study of some sort. It's got another desk, although this is less a writing desk and more just a desk, which has a phonograph and a little statue of a monkey. It's got a lamp, hat rack. Where's the coat rack?
Where's the coat rack? We don't even have a coat rack.
Oh, maybe we do. Oh, and location number 5 is this shed out in the woods. There's bear trap, and a tire, and yeah, it's a shed in the woods. All right, so those are our potential locations. Now Amanda has some clues for us.
Yeah.
She can get something out of her hand by giving it to Blue, because
it's very true.
Blue only has one option to guess for. So this probably has nothing whatsoever to do with Blue.
Have something, Blue.
Blue's clue is a person on stilts.
I'm actually,
with
you know what?
buttons and thread and stuff.
I'll give Blue another one. Vaguely works.
Blue, here's your second clue. It is a person in a green field with another person sort of hidden in the field and a signpost. They have backpacky things on. But we all know that Blue can only vote for one thing. So Blue is voting for the chef. Now, clues for the other folks.
Yes. These are for white.
White gets 2 clues. There's a scarecrow in a field, outstanding in its field. It's just a scarecrow, pretty much. I don't think there's anything particularly weird or surreal about it. Yeah, just a scarecrow with a bottle in its pocket. I also have a hammock strung between 2 trees over a hobbit hole, or home that is a earthy mound. It's a hobbit hole, but with square doors, which is confusing. Okay, so those are 2 clues for, you said that was white?
Yep, that's white.
Okay, those 2 clues are for white.
This clue is for black.
My other player, Black, gets a single clue. It is this quite dashing mouse in a top coat with a top hat. Top hat and tails mouse. And there's a music stand, and yeah. Okay. What is this next to him? It looks like an abacus. There's an abacus here. Oh, you can't see. There, an abacus for some reason. All right, so that is Black's clue.
These are for red.
Red, Lobster, this is you. You get 2 clues. Oh, wow. Well, okay, I know where I'm going with that one. You have a knight trying to chop down this tower with a very small person in it and hair coming out of the tower, but you can see he's been chopping at it with his sword for a while. There's little chop marks on the tower.
It's maybe not the most effective way to take a tower down.
Yeah, I don't know.
From the broadsword.
You also have this stack of books. What could she possibly be trying to
I
hint
drew
to
that card.
us
I was like, oh.
with this stack of books and this knight? Lobster, I'll leave that to you.
Gee, I wonder.
That is Red's clues. While you ponder, Lobster, I have to come up with an answer for Black and White. I'm looking to see if any of these have a mouse hole. I don't see anything that could be a mouse hole. So the mouse... This mouse would have been an excellent piece of art for the magician, because it's got the top hat and it's got a cane, which is sort of like a magic wand.
I didn't have it when the magician
Well,
was
no,
around,
you didn't
so-
have it when the magician was an option. I'm just saying. Now this mouse is meant to represent one of these locales. The music stand that is next to the mouse is somewhat reminiscent of the hat stand in the study. So
When you have a sword, everything should be whacked at.
sure.
You know, I had a sword in college. I mean, I have a couple of swords in the other room, but I had a sword in college that had been handed down to me by other students, and I had to pass it off when I graduated. And yeah, I carried that sword around on May Day my senior year because it was my last day with it. And yeah, it does make you want to hit things.
Did you whack many things with your sword?
No, I did not. I just stuck it into the ground and accidentally almost crushed someone.
Oh, well, okay.
It fell
good.
over because they bumped it.
All right. So I'm going to say with my dapper mouse, my inclination is to guess the study, but that's just me. And then the White's clues were this hobbit hole and this scarecrow in combination. And I don't know if Amanda had them in her hand at the same time. Were those not supposed to be White's clues?
No, that was White's clue.
Okay.
I just forgot why I gave it to you.
Okay. So, in combination, just at a glance, my inclination is to say that the two of those remind me of the Cabin in the Woods, which is a movie I've never seen, so I don't know.
I've actually seen it, and I don't do horror.
Or Joss.
No,
Yeah. Someday I'll watch it.
he wasn't solely in charge of it, was he?
I'm pretty sure it was a Joss thing. So yeah, I'm gonna guess Cabin in the Woods for White. We'll see if I'm correct or not. If not,
It wasn't
I'll have
directed
other
by him.
options. Oh really? Okay.
It was produced by him, but it wasn't written or directed by him.
For some reason, I thought it was a Joss
Like he
Whedon joint.
co-wrote it, but the director wrote it, and there was a different director.
And
So, yeah.
Lobster votes the library. I can't imagine how he got library with a suit of armor
Weird.
from this knight and pile of books. But that's his guess. It seems kind of out there. But Amanda, were any of us correct?
Let's see.
Yeah, White moves forward. Blue moves forward.
A shocker
Red
there.
moves forward. Black does not move forward.
So
Okay.
I should put the chef card in the...
Yes. So the chef is blue. We can get rid of all these clues. The library was correct for red.
Have you been counting rounds?
Yes, we just
Awesome.
finished round 2. We're about to move
Okay.
on to round 3.
Just because it does matter for
Yeah.
how many clues you get later on.
White was this one. So white was the cabin in the woods. So that was correct. But black was incorrect with Dapper Mouse. Dapper Mouse was not this. So I still have 2 options that Dapper Mouse could point to now. It could be the basement, or it could be the grave.
Grave.
Alright, I'm going to scooch stuff down a bit, because we now no longer have to worry about people. So I'm going to move this stuff down to make room for weapons.
Yeah.
Because now we're going to have, the weapons cards are much smaller. So I'm just going to bring some weapons out for us.
Yep. Here are your weapons.
Okay, potential, these are much smaller cards.
Yeah,
Just
they're
look
very
at
tiny.
how
It's very
tiny these
strange,
cards are.
honestly.
Well, I mean, in the full setup, they take
Yeah.
less space.
I guess because there's not as much detail, but it is kind of weird.
Yeah.
All told.
Alright, weapon number 1, a dumbbell. Just somebody got crushed by a dumbbell. Could be the murderer was spotting the victim and just let go, and the victim asphyxiated.
I'm sure that's what happened.
That's exactly what happened with that dumbbell.
Yeah.
We have a stool. Say step stool. That is a potential murder weapon. Another potential murder weapon is a gun. You just beat them over the head with it until they're
Just
dead.
a gun.
Doesn't have any bullets or anything. It's just a gun.
Just a gun.
Another option is a fork. That would be an unpleasant way to die, but there it is. You could be forked to death. Or, potential weapon number 5, a piece of rope. Hopefully there's more of it, because that doesn't look like enough rope to really murder somebody with. I assume that this is...
You can put the study away, too. No.
No, I guessed the study, but I was wrong.
Yep.
The study could still be right for blue. We'll find out. The black and blue both have not guessed.
Yeah.
I just know that this is not black's murder location. Alright, so we're getting new clues.
This is for black.
Black's second clue. Well, it's a good thing that we don't have the library anymore, because I can't choose that. It is a knight trapped in an hourglass. A lot of sand. I think I know where I would go with this, but that is White's second clue. Dapper Mouse and Knight in Hourglass.
These are...
I'm sorry, that was for black, right?
Yeah, that was for black.
Yeah.
This is for blue.
Blue. You get 2 clues, Lobster, for blue. One is a mighty pile of treasure. Look at all that treasure.
Yeah.
And the other is a magic carpet and some tigers playing around in a cloud and a tea kettle and a cloud city or castle. Castle in the sky. So there's a lot going on there. That's definitely got a lot going on. And the pile of treasure. Those were blue. correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Red.
Red. Red has these people tugging on a door with some laundry overhead. Okay. So that's red lobster. That is red's clue.
And white.
White is a raven on a sign with a quill and an ink pot. I really don't know which weapon that makes me think of.
Yeah.
But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous card.
Cards were tricky this round.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to guess for black.
Mm-hmm.
Black is trying to guess a location, and so far has 2 clues: Dapper Mouse and Hourglass.
Mm-hmm.
The hourglass, with its hourglassy shape, reminds me very much of the retorts and beakers in Basement. So I'm going to guess Basement for black. That is my guess there. Lobster, do you have any guesses for blue or red? Red is a weapon you're hunting for, and it is these 2 people playing tug of war with a door frame. And blue is looking for a location and has this mound of treasure and this flying carpet with a teapot.
Says rope.
Rope for red? Because blue, you'll remember, is looking for a location.
Blue is looking for a location.
I'll put
red is
red on the rope. And blue.
Red sees clothesline equals rope.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And tug of war is played with a rope, then they kind of look like they're playing tug of war, right? They're both pulling on the doorknob. So, yeah, sure. Rope. That works. While you ponder, I'm going to try and guess for white.
Wants to see blue's clues again.
Oh, sure, sorry. So blue, you have 2 clues. It is this mighty mound of treasure, and it is this flying carpet with tigers and a cloud city and a teapot. I know what I would pick from these. If you want my input, do tell me. But I'll let you, if you need to see any of the locations a second time. Remember, we can both guess the same location. So if you think it's the basement, you can guess that as well. But while you ponder, I have to guess for white, whose clue is this raven in a snowstorm with a signpost beneath them. And there's not a lot for me to go on there. I'm going to guess gun, just because the gun has sort of a black and white, I don't know. So, okay, my options. Dumbbell, I don't really see dumbbell in this. The 3-legged stool, I don't see. There's the gun, which has a sort of metallic look to it, sort of almost black and white. I don't know, that could be this. There's the fork. This could be a fork. The quill could be fork-like. Obviously, Amanda didn't have much to work with. But if I guess wrong, I guess wrong. We're on stage 3 right now, sorry. But I'm going to guess gun for white. That's just my guess. Lobster, do you have a guess for blue?
Hey, Atlas. How's it going?
Oh, yes. Atlas, welcome. We are playing Mysterium.
Yeah. You can
like
help
Lobster
them
says,
figure out their clues.
It is a game of association. We are trying very much, as with Clue, we are trying to guess who killed Amanda, where, and with what.
I'm a ghost.
She's a ghost. But the only means she has to communicate with us are these sort of
Vague
vague,
visions.
cards with weird art on them.
Lobster wants to see the locations again.
Sure. So your 3 potential locations, Lobster, are the gravestone, or perhaps it's a fountain. I guess it's a fountain shaped like a gravestone in a conservatory. You can see that there's all sorts of exotic plants here, and it looks like a greenhouse. So that is one option. You could choose the basement, which is where I have chosen, but that doesn't mean that I couldn't be wrong a second time. The basement has a bunch of glassware and kegs, coal shovels, basement-y sort of stuff. And location number 3 is this study with its, vase or prize front and center, and gramophone, some pictures on the wall. Those are your 3 potential options that Amanda is trying to hint at with this giant pile of treasure and flying carpet. So yeah, Atlas, we are trying to figure out who and with what and where, but Lobster and I are each playing 2 separate characters, and each of those characters have a particular lineup that Amanda has behind this screen that we can't see for each color. So she knows for each color which 3 things we're supposed to guess, and she has to sort of hint to us. Lobster says that he's going to go with the study for blue. So I think that is everybody has guessed.
Okay.
Now Amanda will tell us if any of us are right or wrong.
All right. Take a look at this.
Wait. Lobster says wait. We're not locked. Changing your mind? Okay.
So Atlas, each of them are playing 2 characters. If you would like to claim one of Andy's characters, you can certainly do that, or one of Lobster's.
Or we might do another game.
Yeah, we can probably do another game after this. Change blue to the conservatory.
Okay, blue is now in the conservatory. I'm curious to hear Lobster's reasoning for that, but we are now locked. All right, red was correct. It was rope. So rope goes in with red. I'll tell you, if I had gotten that hint, Amanda, I would not have gone with rope. Because they're both tugging on a doorknob, I would have gone with the dumbbell, because the dumbbell kind of looks like a doorknob.
You know, I could only give that card to one person, so, you kind of got to pick.
Yeah, I know.
Depending on what sort of associations you think your players are going to make.
Exactly.
Yeah, then it makes more sense.
So, I'm sorry, white moved, or black moved forward?
Yeah,
So,
black was on...
Yes, I was correct about the basement. White did not move forward, so I get to keep that clue. And I know categorically that the gun is not the correct weapon for white. And black moved forward. Did I take his weapon?
Yeah.
Black was...
Oh.
No, black moved forward with the
Yeah, you took the location.
Yes,
Yeah.
So black is on weapon. Red is all the way done.
What do the colors mean? So it's the player tokens. So it's Andy is playing blue or Andy is playing black and white, and Lobster is playing blue and red. And I have on the back, and I'll show it to you when this game is over, I have lineups so that I know which combination of things go to which color player. So it's a way of me keeping track of that. So yeah, sorry.
So red is complete. We
Yeah.
have red's envelope filled.
Yep.
Okay. We're moving on to step 4 now.
Yeah.
All right, so blue still has... Well, actually, blue only has one choice now, because blue just chose the conservatory and was incorrect. So blue must guess the study.
Blue votes study and shouldn't have changed their mind last time.
Okay, so blue votes study, but still gets some clues if Amanda needs to get stuff out of her hand.
Yeah.
So Atlas, the
Amanda
challenge
does need
for
to get stuff
Amanda
out of her hand.
is that she has a hand of 7 cards with, as you can see,
Red is
this
complete,
utterly
right?
bizarre. Yes, red is complete. Utterly bizarre, sort of impressionistic, weird art is what Amanda has access to, and she only has 7 cards in her hand. She can use a raven to get a new hand.
Yeah, we're playing an easy game, so theoretically I should have 3 ravens per round.
Oh, per round? I thought it was per game.
No, that's the harder levels.
Ah.
And we're playing an easy game. So, alright, so here's the deal. I am definitely going to be shipping some cards out with blue.
Give some stuff to blue.
Give me a second, I'll
just
ship
get
some
stuff
cards
out of her hand so that she
Yeah.
can draw new cards and have more stuff available. It's kind of cheating, but it's kind of not.
That it's exactly what you're supposed to do according to the
Okay.
thing. So
We know that blue is the study. I've kind of thought study from these cards myself, mostly for the teapot and the treasure. I felt like that was indicating the prize that is on the desk there. But that was... Lobster changed his mind at the last moment and unfortunately was wrong. It's not always the case. Sometimes you change your mind at the last moment and you're right.
yeah. Man, why didn't I have that card earlier?
I know,
All right.
right? That happens.
This is for white.
White, who you'll recall, guessed incorrectly the gun last time and is looking for a murder weapon.
So it's not gun.
White gets a individual popping a rival's balloon, I guess? That looks kind of mean-spirited and not...
Balloon jousting.
Balloon jousting. That's exactly what it is, isn't it? Yeah, because this person also has a thing that they're jousting with. Wow, that's interesting.
They're also tied together, which I always thought.
Yeah.
So, Atlas, the way it sort of works is you have these sort of weird, up to interpretation images that can be associated with a various combination of things on board.
Yeah. All right, so last time I almost guessed fork. This time I think I'm definitely guessing fork because the red background of the fork card matches the balloons. I should have guessed fork last time. So that's my guess for white. We still have more clues coming, though.
Mm-hmm. This is for black.
Black, who is guessing a weapon for the first time, has this apple on a plinth that has a bunch of pins sticking out of it and is bleeding. That's kind of
Lobster
creepy.
says, or the 2 balloons are like the dumbbell.
Yeah, could be. There's definitely a dumbbelly feel to 2 balloons.
It's not. They're not popping things with sharp objects. If you look close at the card.
No, they have sort of bags on sticks. So
Technically, I'm not supposed to talk.
no, she's not supposed to give us any input. Okay, so I have these 2 clues for white. This is kind of a dumbbelly shape. You can't see it. The ink pot on the sign that this raven is standing on could be interpreted as dumbbelly-ish. And then, yeah, the 2 balloons, kind of, maybe, and I don't.
These are all blues clues.
Could be
'cause
some
it doesn't
dumbbell
matter
feel
what I
to
give you
that.
for blue.
I'm gonna take white back and we'll think about it. But this is black's clue, is this apple on a plinth, which I honestly have no idea.
So sorry.
Okay, so we'll put that with black. Blue gets 2 new clues.
3.
3 new clues. Blue, who already knows that their thing is the study. I love this card, though. This art is so good.
It's so good.
It's a ghost lady with a lion on a ship on the desert. Ah, so good. And then this clue is a person crossing a bridge. And then this clue, a couple going into the mouth of a fish. But we know that blue is the study, so it doesn't really matter what any of the clues are.
I love honestly, all the art in these games are so good.
Yeah, we've played a ton of these games. MacLeod is the game maker, and they do a ton of art association games. We've got Mysterium, we've got Obscurio, we've got Mysterium Park, all games that involve a lot of art association.
You haven't even seen some of the other things that could look like Mortal Engine stuff.
Yeah.
There are a couple of other pieces of art. In particular,
That was a movie
I
I
meant to
was
see
vaguely
it.
interested in, and then it disappeared. It was like a Peter Jackson thing, wasn't it?
Might have been. This one in particular makes me think of Mortal Engines.
This is not a clue. This is just
No,
something
it's just I pulled it out of the deck because I knew that card.
Yeah, it's a
The movie apparently
mechanical
was bad.
spider thing.
That's a pity.
Anyways,
All right. Well, blue is voting for study, so yeah,
Yeah.
we did that. Do you want to try and figure out the other ones?
okay, so the apple on the plinth. The only thing I really have to go on is that it's round and it's on something that feels stool-ish. So I'm gonna put black
Clara?
on the stool. White lobster, you've convinced me. I'm gonna go with dumbbell. I was gonna go with fork, but I'm gonna go with dumbbell. And now it's Amanda's turn. Okay. Ooh, you were right. Dumbbell was correct. We know that that's right. Study is
Yeah,
correct.
study is correct, unfortunately.
For blue. But black was incorrect.
Hey, Clara? Hey, everybody. Clara's going to help us play the game.
Yay! Hi,
Clara, love.
Hey, girl. Yeah,
Because you're not paying enough
you're
attention to
helping
me.
lots. So dumbbell was correct.
Come
White.
here. You're being silly.
Says I want to be a clue. I want to guess.
You are a clue. I could give you out to be a clue for the barber.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Clara, come here with me on Zoom cam. It would just be. It would. She's not. She's too big.
It would just be fur.
Yeah. Oh, what a good girl she is.
All right.
Oh, what a good girl.
All right. This is for black.
All right. So we can get rid of this. I don't get that anymore. All right. So black. Your 3 options are stool, gun,
Can you
fork.
see her white hairs? Probably not. She's a little too tall, actually, for her Zoom cam.
So stool, gun, or fork. Which of them do you think of when you see these implements hanging on a wall? There's a saw, a scythe, and a whip. Indy, throw me the whip. So, yeah, those are your clue for blue.
And
Black gets a second clue.
no, that was for black.
Oh, this
That's
is for black.
blue.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I got that backwards. This is for blue. Blues is this palette with a bunch of brushes. I love this art.
So pretty.
The palette has all flowers, and you can see that the brushes are growing from like tree roots. So palette and brushes is blue. Black is the many implements hanging in a shed. So now black has 2 clues. Has apple on a plinth and has implements in a shed. I'm going to go, because there's the scythe, which is kind of pointy, and the color scheme of this could be indicative of the fork. I'm going to go with fork for black.
What are Blue's older clues? I mean,
This is Blue's
This
first.
is Blue's first weapon clue.
Yeah. Blue has not gotten any other weapon clues yet. So we've got 2 complete. Did I move the clock forward? I think we're on turn 5 now.
Yeah. Put your... These 2 both finished at 4. One was 3 and one was 4.
Oh, okay.
Because that matters with how many cards you get to see.
Right.
So
Man.
you get 2
Something
clues.
like that.
Something like that, yeah. Palette is flat like a stool, but the brushes are divided at the top like a fork.
Remember, I am 100% not the stool, because that was my guess last time. With Apple on a plinth.
When would the second game start? We're kind of in the second to last.
Yeah, this will probably be over in maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, 5 to 10 minutes. Depends on how long it takes them to think. If you wanted to go get some tea, you would have time.
Tea. It's too hot. It is too hot. I could get iced tea.
That's true.
Or I could just drink Mountain Dew. So, Lobster, does this clue lead you to any of these weapons? I mean, yes, I agree the palette is a round, flat surface. That could well be the stool. I don't see anything gun-like here. He's going to guess fork.
Okay.
All right, Lobster, are you locked in on fork? We'll give you a couple of moments for lag. One of us has to be wrong.
Yeah.
We can't both be fork.
No.
We could.
Yes, fork.
Okay. Amanda. Aha. Okay, so Lobster, we know that fork is incorrect for you, and I have moved forward on turn 5. We know that fork is correct for black. We have 3 complete envelopes. There's only blue remaining now, Amanda. Can we have another clue for blue?
Can I see the clock for a second?
Sure. Remember, normally we would have positive and negative guesses moving us forward as well.
It's just that it goes up to 13 there, and this only goes up to 7.
Yeah, we only get 7 rounds.
Yeah. So I just feel like maybe you start at the end and go down 1 for each round.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Because otherwise...
2, 3. Right?
Yeah.
4, 5. I don't know.
Yeah, because at the moment, all of you're getting...
Yeah.
Because otherwise it doesn't make sense the number of cards that you get to see. So.
Anyways. We need a clue for blue. And then I'm going to quickly get myself a drink. Well, we'll finish this game. Because we've got 3 envelopes filled. Hopefully we'll fill the 4th this round. Lobster, your final clue in turn 6 is a bunch of dandelions watching some the tin soldier and the dancer in a music box. Can you see that? There's all the dandelions in the audience. There's the steadfast tin soldier and his dancing partner. They are in a music box stage, and then there's some further dandelions floating in the distance. I honestly don't know. Okay, so you have the... Oops, I'll put that upside down. the palette and brushes, and the dandelion crowd and steadfast tin soldier. Those are meant to be either the gun or the stool. I mean, the soldier has a gun, I guess. I would have gone stool with this one, but I don't know where to go with this one. Any idea,
so many
Lobster?
things to pick from.
Yeah, I know. The music in the music box is on a cylinder that revolves. So like a revolver. That's a stretch. That's definitely a stretch. But you're right, there is a cylinder there, which could be the gun. I don't know. We'll ask Amanda for her reasoning if and when we guess this right. If you guess it wrong, you're still going to be on turn 7. And
Yeah, you'll still get full clues.
yeah. So what do you say, Lobster? Stool or gun? Those are your only 2 options. Blue. No, yellow. He's going to guess gun. Amanda?
No.
No. All right, so then he's going to guess stool
Go
for turn 7. All right. So, final round. I'm going to put out the 4 potential lineups, and only one of these is correct.
Yep. Okay. Here are your 3 visions.
Okay, so,
Remember, they're random.
yeah. Is it, chat, the chef in the study with the stool, or is it the magician in the basement with the fork, very inelegant weapon for a magician to use, or is it the housekeeper in the library with the rope, or is it the barber in the old shed in the woods with a dumbbell? Those are our potential lineups.
Look, it's a cottage in a forest.
Sure.
There was a discussion about how a cottage in the forest and a cabin in the woods are both basically the same thing, but have very different tones to them.
Okay, so we've got 3 clues. Any one of these clues could be any one thing. We have a rat playing chess. We have a death picking an apple. It's just flat out death with an apple. And we have a floating house over Death Valley at night. It seems to be held down by these banners.
Way down.
Yeah. Well, I know what I'm voting for. Technically, we should have only looked at 2 clues first and let Blue guess before we reveal
But because
the
you're
3rd clue.
playing
Yeah.
2 characters, it doesn't really matter.
Black and white are both voting for this, and I think we have to have majority. Is it a unanimous vote?
For a 2-player, I think it's supposed to be unanimous.
All right, so that's my vote, Lobster. I'm voting Barber in the cabin with the dumbbell. So which ones do you want to vote for with these potential clues? The floating house, death picking an apple, and rat playing chess. No, we're not going to restart. Oh, this computer, it upsets me. Sorry, folks. This computer that we have chat on wants to restart all the time. It's just a Windows 10 thing.
Yeah.
No matter how many times it restarts, it still wants to restart again. What does that rat have to do with anything? So my reasoning with the rat lobster is that the chessboard is very black and white, and we've already established that the black and white hair of the barber is very black and white. That's my inclination. Black and white chessboard equals magician, possibly. I also, the floating house reminds me very much of the cabin in the woods, or the woodshed, or whatever. I don't know how death with an apple equates to dumbbell, but these two, the rat playing chess and the cabin, very much lead me to this column, which is why I put both my votes there. Barber is black and white. You concur? Death is in the woods. That's true. Yeah. I mean, there's trees in the cabin. So do you concur, Lobster, with my guess?
He says he concurs with your choices.
Okay. Amanda, did we guess correctly?
You are correct.
Yay, we win!
So, reasoning on clues.
Sure.
The dumbbell was a giant pain in my butt. I had
Yeah.
nothing that suggested dumbbells. Nothing.
Okay.
I had absolutely zilch. So the best I could do was general shape with the balloons and the points. And I figured it was
good with
also like
Lobster.
balance.
I was totally going to guess
You know,
something else, and then Lobster changed my mind to dumbbell.
And I couldn't come up with a good dumbbell card for the last one, so I really had to hope that you would, like, it was like, oh, it's an apple and there's black.
Yeah.
Like it's round.
Yeah.
That was the best I could do, so I had to hope that you would get the barber and the shack out of the other two cards. This one, early on, there was plates, they're red and white with the mushrooms, and also mushrooms, and she's got food and stuff,
okay.
so that was what I was doing with that. It was the color red, that was the best I could do for him. I didn't have anything with gloves or a wand or cards or anything like that, so the red color was the best I could do, and the blue was
I was right with the blue
color
swatch.
suggestion
Yeah.
with that. Yeah. This I was going for the gold, pieces of gold for the treasure. This I was going for the glassware, and there is a glass jar in that picture with the dandy rat.
Oh.
It was the best I could do with my hand. With the hand that I had, it was just the best I could
I mean, you could see where I went with the music stand being the
100%, yes. This one was obvious.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah, I was really irritated because I actually pulled a card later that had a bear trap in it.
Oh.
So I was
like
really annoyed. And then thankfully I ended up with that cabin card later on. You heard me say it, I was like, oh, if only I had had this card earlier. That was the one with the bear trap, and I was like, that would have been nice. That would have been easy. And yeah, most of your thinking was correct on the weapons. The palette was a wooden platform.
Okay.
So that's where I was going with that, and the brushes on the bottom sort of look like the legs.
Sure.
The fork was a giant pain. I had nothing good for that. But the rope was exactly what I was going for with that.
Yeah, that was a good guess.
There was a clothesline, and they were sort of playing tug of war.
Okay.
Yeah, and the tiny screen were mirrored.
Yeah. We did that because if you look at the overhead view, and I put my arms into frame, it doesn't make sense that my arms are coming in from
the other side.
Yeah.
So would we like to
put me on
play
that
again?
side.
It is almost 9. I think we could go through a quick game.
Okay.
Because
Do a 3-player game.
yeah, we'll do a 3-player game.
I'm going to go get myself something to drink quickly. I'm going to mute us for a second to take my mic
Would
off.
you get me some water?
Yes.
Cool.
I'll be right back, folks.
All right.
Okay, you are unmuted.
Cool. All right, so I am going to give us 4 clues. So there's one that won't be anyone's, and the other 3 will all belong to someone. So let's see. I am picking randomly from my stack. Neat, no repeats. What's with the clock? The clock is how many rounds you've done, which impacts the end game. And the other stuff, this is like the end game thing where you try and figure out who did it and where and with what. And how many cards, how many clues you get to see is determined by, thank you very much, is determined by what round you finish your collection of visions.
Yeah, we sort of glossed over that.
Yeah.
We sort of skipped that. That's the nature of doing this on stream.
We skipped that part.
All right. Oh, sorry, chat. I just put my mic on live. That was rude of me.
So rude. So rude.
Let's each choose.
Can I get all the clues back?
Sure.
Stuff? Thank you. And all the culprit things?
Yeah. This is the weapon. I think this whole pile is clues. Yep, this whole pile is clues. There you go.
Thank you.
These are weapons.
Thank you.
Locations.
Weapon cards.
So Atlas in chat, for me, you are green. Unfortunately, there's not a green. I vote blue for Atlas. Oh, Atlas is drinking a red tea, so Atlas is red.
Ooh.
Here you go, Atlas. That's your character. I like white. I'm going to stay white. Oh, sorry. I'm going to change that then. Lobster says blue sounds like brood, but Atlas says red works fine. Lobster, what color do you want to be? Yeah, so each color has a little envelope, and the envelope has the art for that character with the color in the background. So this is the red character. This is the white character. In the flavor of the game, we are intended to be psychics who have gathered to commune with the deceased, who will reveal to us. That's the blue character. This is the black character. There's also Professor Plum here. And this would be Colonel Mustard.
Miss Scott, that's a lie. Is it? Alright, so what colors are being played? White, red, and what?
Lobster hasn't chosen a color.
He says I can be blue then.
Oh, Lobster is blue. Okay, cool. We are blue, white, and red. Lobster, Atlas, me. We'll reset the clock to 1. And we're starting with potential murder suspects. Oh, that is good.
All right, here are your murder suspects.
All right, we've got 4 potential suspects, Fan. We have the Scotsman. Has a sporran and bagpipe and a tartan.
There has indeed been a murder.
That is a potential suspect. Long, pointy mustache, like Scots are known to have.
Yes.
We have the retired military person. He's got his awards, his medals, his sword, another long, pointy mustache, monocle, little tin soldier and flag. Obviously a general of some form.
Is he also Scottish?
Possibly.
He's got the Scotland flag on his
No, you're right.
thing.
Yeah.
And he's also got plaid on.
2 Scotsmen.
Dang it, that's going to make things difficult, isn't it?
We have the watchmaker. Has jeweler's loop, number of gears,
Yup.
a watch that is open and is being repaired, some jeweler type tools, picks and whatnot. And we have the Bobby with his cup of coffee.
What's all this then?
I feel like the security guard in
The same guy.
in Mysterium Park also has snacks. He has a corn dog and a coffee,
You've always got to have snacks when you're on duty.
I guess. But yes, the Bobby has his billy club, his tall cap. He's got a pen, some bullets, his badge, list of suspects, or I guess maybe that's a face identification board or something. Anyhow, those are our suspects. And now Amanda is going to deal clues to each of us. Yes, everyone aside from the watchmaker has a glorious mustache. So if the clue Amanda gives us is a
it's gonna be
mustache, that
hard.
doesn't help us an awful lot.
No. Why last time did I have so many cards with a specific thing on them, and this time I do not have anything like it?
Amanda, Atlas Brood says that it's clearly the watchmaker, and we can just end the game now. It was the watchmaker what done it.
Obviously. Clara, what are you doing? Oh, whatever I want.
So secretly, this person is John from Watchmen. Clearly.
Clara, what are you doing, baby girl?
That's Dr. Manhattan right there. I recognize him anywhere. Has everybody seen the Watchmen HBO series?
No.
It started so good. It was so good right up until the last episode. Oh well. Oh well.
Alright. This is for Blue.
All right, Blue, who is Lobster, this is your first clue. It is, well, I see a spring and a gear and a wrench and a nut or bolt, a nut there. So various geary sort of things. I know where that leads me to guess, but that is your clue, Lobster, for Blue.
This is White's clue.
This is for me.
Are you allowed to speak about other people's clues too? Yes, definitely.
Yes, we are allowed to confer with each other. Amanda is, in the actual rules, not permitted to speak at all.
Yeah.
Or communicate with us in any means other than handing us cards and telling us whether we're right or not. What are you doing, Clara?
She's curling up in the curtain. You know she
of
loves
course
that.
she does that. Okay. Sorry. This is my clue. Excuse me. It is a conductor on a train roaring through the desert, wearing a mask and top hat, with a lamp, and there's a lizard here in the foreground. I don't know that immediately makes me think of any of these characters, but that's my clue. What's going on in chat?
Atlas is suggesting that it's the watchmaker for lobsters.
I
The
would tend to
gears
agree with that.
and the
That
light.
is definitely how I feel.
Unless she has a mustache disguise.
Yeah, she could.
Some women have mustaches.
Yeah.
She doesn't, though.
Amanda, do we have a clue for
Red?
red? Which
Yes,
is
we do.
Atlas. Atlas, this is your clue. It is a grand organ. It looks as if it's on a lake or something. Are these boats in the foreground? Kind of looks like boats in the foreground. But this vast, enormous organ is your clue. All right.
She could. She's very sneaky.
All right.
I mean, you're right.
So I have to think of something to guess with white.
Yep.
Let's look at my card again. Is there anything on here? I don't know. The conductor has a glorious hat, and there's only one character with a hat. So that could be the
Does anyone
Bobby?
have a smoking pipe?
Not any of these characters, no. I really don't see anything on this card that reminds me of any of these folks. It must have been tough for Amanda.
I had a tough hand, I'll tell you that.
I'm going to just throw a wild guess on the police officer for white. Lobster and Atlas, do you have guesses? Oh, Atlas. Lobster points out that bagpipes are kind of like an organ. So, yeah, that's potentially a clue there. Lobster, do you agree with me and Atlas that all the gears and whatnot on your clue probably lead to the watchmaker?
Blue is going watchmaker.
Blue is going watchmaker. Yeah, that was kind of my thought.
Yeah.
Bagpipes. Okay. I think we're locked in.
Okay.
Blue was correct. Oh, we were all correct.
Yay!
Yay! That doesn't often happen.
No, it does not.
All right. I was just guessing. I just made a wild guess.
It was a good wild guess.
I thought the organ and the bagpipes was a good association. That was really, I liked that a lot.
I was really happy when I drew that card.
All right. So we are done with suspects. Let's
Yes,
move
you are.
on to locations.
Hmm.
We're all moving on at the same time. That was
Yeah.
a good first round.
That's wild. That does not happen frequently, so good job, y'all.
So one of the mechanics that we've sort of skipped in this playthrough, Atlas, is that we do have the potential to upvote or downvote our opponent's guesses. So, like, if I windmill slammed Lobster, you're absolutely 100% right. It's the Watchmaker. I could put an upvote on that, and that gets us extra points at the end of the game. But we're sort of skipping that because for stream purposes, it slows things down an awful lot when you have to coordinate with stream chat. Amanda, do you want to give us our potential locations?
Oh, yes, sorry about that. Here, have some locations. I just realized I put these cards in the wrong places.
Grut-row.
I put the weapons above the locations.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sitting here being like, okay, what can I give them for this?
All right.
But that's not actually what I'm supposed to be giving you clues to.
Here are our potential murder locations. The murder could have happened in this lovely pool with its sort of tattered tent and it has a convenient hoop to throw to drowning folk. Could be in the pool. Or the murder could have taken place, oh, we're back here, at the conservatory with the fountain. I think it's definitely a fountain and not a grave. I thought it was a grave just from the shape.
It does look very gravestone-like,
But
doesn't
you
it?
can see that it's got sort of a carved face here and like a little bit of water coming out of it, so that's a potential location to murder somebody. Yeah, Atlas agrees it's a fountain.
Yeah.
Or the murder could have taken place in the nursery. What an awful place to kill somebody.
Or the best place to kill somebody.
Has some creepy toys and
Always gotta have some creepy toys.
another writing desk. Every room has a writing desk. That makes things very difficult for sometimes.
Yeah.
A little round rug, little chair. So that's a potential murder location. And our final potential murder location is the kitchen. Could have happened in the kitchen, where there's dishes and pots and pans and sort of checkered tile back there, and there's a pot on the stove, an island with drawers. So those are our 4 potential murder locations. Now Amanda will provide us with clues.
This is for White.
White, who is me, has a dress with cute animals in the pocket. It's got a cute little doggy and a kitten and a little person. So I know exactly what I'm guessing from that, but let's see what the other clues are before I make my guess.
This is for Red.
Red, who is Atlas Brood, you get 2 hints. You get a world on the back of an elephant, on the back of a whale, on the back of a turtle. This turtle's all the way down beyond that.
Yes, it is.
So that's clue number 1. Clue number 2 for Atlas Brood, am I doing this upside up? Yes. Is...
It is a really cute picture.
I have no idea what I'm looking at. There's a gargoyle here. At least I assume it's a gargoyle. It's not raining, so you can't tell if water comes out of it.
It's a very Terry Pratchett picture, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that is
Yeah.
so Terry Pratchett. Amanda, are you going to read some Terry Pratchett when you're done?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, awesome. Anyways, so yeah, this has like a prominent gargoyle in the foreground, and then this looks like a upside down building of some sort, and then there's like some torches or something and a moon. I don't know what this is, but it is very pretty. My immediate inclination is that it's some form of Golgari stronghold, but except for the moon. But anyways, those Atlas are your 2 clues. They are very disparate.
Blue.
Finally, Lobster of Revenge. Here are your clues. You get 2 clues as well. This is a game of some form of tic-tac-toe being played in the sand on a beach with a little paper boat in the background. And your other clue is this lighthouse with a Christmas tree on a frozen shore, I guess. There's like some stumps here, and then
Move the turtle card on top so you can see the cute art while looking at that area.
sure,
Instead of the gargoyle on top. Just swap them.
there. All right, so we've got our clues. Lobster, did you get enough time with your clues? I sort of sped through.
Para?
This looks like it's a mast here with a flag hanging from it, so a sunken ship or something. So those
Sweetie
were
pie.
Lobster's clues. So, folks, I'm windmill slamming the nursery for White just because cute little animals in a coat pocket make me think nursery. Yes, there is a lot of water in your thing, Lobster. So, does that mean fountain or does that mean pool? Oh, I'm sorry. Lots of water in atlases as well. Yeah.
Well, I think neither of these really says kitchen to me. Hey, Carla. Yeah, she wants to play.
Hey, baby girl.
She actually wants it to be story time so that she can
Yes, she
settle down
does.
with Amanda. Yeah. It can't be kitchen unless you're thinking of cooking the whale, which is unlikely.
Yeah.
Yes, Lobster, there is a Christmas tree in your clue. You can see here is the lighthouse, and right next to it is a Christmas tree. Atlas says the color scheme of the gargoyle is good for the conservatory with the fountain. I kind of agree. I agree. That feels like that conservatory card. Oh, you're right, Lobster. I totally missed that. The pool has pointy trees in the background, which could be the Christmas tree. That's a good catch. Lobster's good at that. He caught the bell, too.
Little details. Very
Yeah.
nice. Of course, it can sometimes play against me because I'll be like,
Yeah, you can't see the
well,
cards
here's-
as well as we can.
or it'll be like, well, there's a big one of these on this card, and hopefully they'll make that association, and I completely miss a detail. And then sometimes you or Lobster will be like, oh, there's this little thing in the corner, and I'm like, oh, damn it. I didn't even notice that. Crap.
Well, Lobster, I'm inclined to say swimming pool blue, and I agree with Atlas that this very much looks like the conservatory. So red conservatory. That's my inclination, though. How does the whale on or the elephant on the whale indicate the conservatory? I don't know. Aside from the water in the fountain, maybe. Yeah, exactly. The water in the fountain could be the water on the flat earth that's on the back of the elephant. Could be. Could be. So what do you folks want to put in as your guesses? Lobster, that was terrible. Lobster says it was a very conservative world model.
Uh-huh.
From far away, the conservatory looks like an aquarium. Not bad, yeah. Blue is pool, says Lobster. Okay, Lobster is voting pool. Atlas, going with conservatory. Amanda?
Okay.
Atlas is correct. I am correct. Lobster's correct. What is even happening? Lobster, that was a
y'all.
good eye catching the pointy trees. All right. Well, we're on to round 3, and we're already all 3 on to weapons, Amanda.
Yeah, I know. These weapons are very difficult.
All right.
I'm going to redraw my hands.
Can you give us the weapons to look at while you
I
ponder?
already put them
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. Hey, chat. Here's our potential murder weapons. Was the murder committed with a vase, miraculously unbroken after somebody was murdered with it?
made out of metal.
A metal vase. Could be. Or a typewriter. They were written to death. Or a chest. Just a chest with a latch on it.
Just very heavy.
Yeah. Or the poison. Just poison. Or you killed them with the bottle.
The poison. Poison for Kuzka.
I still haven't seen that
Poison.
movie.
Lobster of Revenge, do you want to watch The Emperor's New Groove?
At some point for family movie night.
Watch the llama movie? I can't believe I've never seen that movie. Because I remember vividly when I was living with my father and my nieces that the llama movie was their favorite movie in the world and they wanted to watch it all the time. The llama movie! Yeah, it has Eartha Kitt in it.
Okie dokie.
Lobster, we're going to have to watch some previews the next time we do
This is
Family Movie
white.
Night. Okay, this is my clue, folks. My clue is, we've seen this before, the red door. The red door in a lake with a storm and red-sailed boat, and I don't know what this is, a samurai in the foreground or in the midground.
These weapons are giving me trouble, y'all.
Yep. That's my first clue.
The first
Red
2
door.
rounds were real easy.
Okay. Who's this?
That is for red.
Red. Atlas Brood, you get this fountain with a boy with a fishing rod.
Yep, you sure do.
Looks like there's cages or lobster traps or something around the base of the fountain. Okay.
The problem with doing any movie night is that you run into rights issues really fast.
Oh, yeah.
Because-
Streaming a movie night is a
Yeah.
challenge.
It's really hard to do.
Sorry, that was red?
Yep. And
Okay.
what's on top of it's a boy with a fishing pole.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I thought I showed that off. Yeah. It's a boy. It's Christopher Robin, basically. At least that's my association.
And finally,
Blue.
blue gets 2.
Lobster, you have 2 clues. You have Chess Rat. Oh, there he is. Pudgy Chess Rat.
Chess rat.
You also get, we've seen this before, the birds flying past an arena, I guess. I don't really know what this is. I know it's beautiful, and I enjoy looking at it, but I don't know what it's meant to represent. Like, is that a volcano, or...
Chonky chess rat. Yeah.
Yeah.
On he coming.
So those are your clues, Lobster. All right, my red door. The only one of these with hinges is the chest. So if the door is the clue Amanda is giving me, my inclination is to vote chest for white. But I'm open to other interpretations if either of you folks saw anything else.
We'll go with the vase from metal.
That's Atlas going vase. Alright, so you had the fountain. So, yeah, I could see where a vase could be holding water, so it could be, and it's round, like the fountain. It's the only round, well, the poison bottle is round, too. But that's Atlas's guess. The mountain could be poisoned. The fountain could be poisoned. Yes, that's an option. I thought mountain, you were talking this card here. I was like, I guess it could be a poisonous volcano. I don't know. Atlas is, I don't know. Oh, Atlas, were you suggesting water for me? Yes, there is quite a lot of water in the door. I'm still going to stay on chest, I think. That's where I'm landing. So, Lobster, you have the birds flying over a mountain, and you have Chonky Chess Rat.
Chonky chess rat. It's so good.
You think the rat is playing chess, but it's actually just moving the board. All the pieces are falling down. So the rat is just like, screw this game.
Yeah. Black and white chessboard.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of black and white in this. So this is a very black and white card with the wing going over the mountain. And this is black and white chessboard. That could be the typewriter. The typewriter has black and white.
You see the poison picture again.
Oh, sure. Here is the poison for Cusco. That's just what it is now.
That's what it is now, yeah. That's just what
The
it
poison
is.
itself appears to be green. The bottle, a stoppered bottle. That could well be the Christopher Robin fountain. I don't know. I was looking to see if the label actually says anything on the poison bottle, but I don't think it does. It's just vague squiggly lines. So that's the poison bottle. Can you see the typewriter? Sure, lobster. This is the...
The poison chosen especially to kill Cusco. Yeah, exactly.
Ah, yes, Cusco's poison. So here we have the typewriter, Lobster of Revenge. It is a typewriter. Nothing too fancy about it. I miss playing with an actual physical typewriter. It was a very satisfying thing. The thunking and the noise,
Yeah.
and the thwapping, and
We had an old mechanical typewriter down in the basement at Williston.
carriage return lever.
I don't know what happened to it. We had one down there. We used it for an escape room.
Get a mechanical keyboard. I've thought about it.
Clacky, clacky, clacky.
Yeah.
All right. It is almost 9:30, so we do need to think about
Moving forward.
Yeah. Blue is done, right?
No, blue
Oh.
hasn't voted.
Oh,
Blue
hasn't
is
voted
lobster.
yet.
Lobster is. These are lobster's clues.
Blue votes typewriter.
All right, blue votes typewriter. Atlas, are you locked in on vase, or do you want to switch to poison, or do you have any other input?
Yes, the clues for lobster. Clues especially chosen.
Okay, Atlas is locked on vase. So, Amanda. Yes. Yes. No. Okay. Sorry, Atlas. It was not the base. Which means, by process of elimination, it is the poison.
Yes, it is.
So shall we do the final round now?
Yes, we shall.
Okay.
These would have been the two clues to go to poison.
Oh, okay. Poison apple. I can get it. Yep. I don't know.
Venomous snake.
Oh. Okay.
I had already picked those, so.
All right. So
All right.
we skip ahead to round 5.
Yeah.
And we have our final lineups. I will put those out now.
Mm-hmm.
So our 3 potential final lineups are, was it, the Scotsman in the conservatory with the poison, or was it
True Scotsman.
the police officer in the nursery with the chest, or, sorry, that's a clue for you,
Thank you.
or was it the watchmaker in the swimming pool with the typewriter?
Here are your visions.
Are you ready, chat? So these are random. We don't know which pertains to person, place, or thing. But our final clues are the couple entering the mouth of a fish, the bird on a signpost, raven on a signpost with a quill and bottle. And we haven't seen this one today. A celebratory cuckoo tower. There's a lot going on here. So there's this thing that's vaguely tree-shaped, has a cuckoo clock bird pointing out of the side of it, has 3 sets of red carpets leading to it, has apples in the boughs. That is a very, very busy card.
Hey, Clara, what's
But
up?
those are our 3 clues to lead us to the final suspect, and we have to have a unanimous vote. So I'm gonna say, duh, it's gotta be the clockmaker, right? Because cuckoo clock, black and white is the keyboard, and this is the swimming pool. Bam, it's gotta be. I think Atlas no-scoped it way back at the beginning of the game. I think Atlas called it. That's my vote. Oh, but Lobster counterpoints with the ink pot on the Raven sign is poison. What are the visions exactly? Like, do you mean in the flavor of the game? In the flavor of the game, we, the psychics, are receiving visions from beyond, from the murdered, from the individual who was killed.
Yep.
And they're just flashes of whatever. I'll wait for the other folks to make their assessments. Lobster agrees with me on the preponderance of evidence, so that's blue. Also votes Watchmaker. What do you say, Atlas Brood?
I feel like with a 3-player game, it's majority, but with the 2-player game, it had to be unanimous.
Oh, I see.
Because otherwise, there is no majority. Really.
Good point. Yeah.
Like, you could hedge your bets, and so yeah, it has to be unanimous with 2 players.
All right. Atlas is going Watchmaker as well. Amanda?
Thank goodness you found out who killed me!
That was amazing. I can't believe that Atlas called it in the very beginning of the game before we even started.
The ghost gets to pick at the end which lineup is correct.
Yeah, based on what card.
And I had that cuckoo clock tower, and I was like, well, it's got to be the Watchmaker, right? So I had to come up with good ones for the other 2 things. But I thought writing and typing, and also the black and white for the typewriter kind of worked. And there was water with the fish, so that was the best I could do for that.
No, that was brilliant. That was hilarious and awesome.
Yeah, that was the fastest game ever.
It's the mustaches.
That was very well done, friends.
Oh, that was so good. I love this game so much.
This game is great.
The funny thing is, we were setting this up today, and Amanda pointed out this is the store demo copy of Mysterium.
We just sort of
we don't actually own a copy of this game.
You can bring it back anytime.
Yeah.
If someone really wanted to play it.
People are not generally playing the demo games off the demo wall right now. We're probably going to have Tuesday afternoon board game night starting up soon, though. So, we'll have board gamers back in the store. Well, thank you, Atlas. That was a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us for that.
This is what my side of the board looks like. Can we go to Big Cam?
We are on Big Cam.
Oh, okay. We're not on Overhead. Okay. This is what my side looks like. And I have small versions. I have, like, they're all the same size of all of the location and weapon and person cards. And so at the beginning, I pick a bunch randomly, and then I make a lineup with cards in the slot that go with each color. And that's how I know whose lineup is whose. And the way I've been doing sort of clues is as I pick clue cards for people, I'm like, oh, well, that really works with this room because this room has a big door and white has a big door. So I stick the clue that I'm going to give you there so that I know who's getting
Was
what
I
clue.
right in my reasoning for the chest? That it had hinges and the door
Yes.
had hinges?
Yeah. And vaguely color. It was sort of a brown chest and a reddish door. Close enough. There was one, the toy soldier on the stage with the ballerina. My reasoning for that was that it was all dandelion puffs and the palette has flowers instead of paint.
Okay.
That I had given that for the, like, I was trying to go for the stool.
Yep.
So I was trying to, like, get in there with
Yeah.
reinforcing that. And, yeah, that was the best I could do.
Anyways.
I had very few cards. The weapons cards are always my hardest ones.
I love this game so much.
So do I.
There are expansions for it that add more cards.
We should get the expansions and our own copy of
Sure,
this
we
game.
probably should. Fine. Twist my arm. We only play this game like quarterly.
Yeah.
We've played this game an awful lot.
It's a good one to break out when you have a lot of people to play because you can team up, which is nice.
The Ghost having this board with the small versions of the cards in it does make it a lot easier for you to pick clues because one disadvantage to Mysterium Park is that you can't really see the locations that we're looking at.
I can't pick them up and look at them because that would give
like,
things away.
Can I look at that one particular location in greater detail to see if it matches any of the clues in my hand? Oh.
Yeah.
Mysterium Park is so hard, though.
Mysterium Park is really hard.
I don't think we have ever
We've never
legit
legit won it, yeah. Alright, I will be over on my stream in about half an hour.
Yes, we're going to continue to read Green Witch by Susan Cooper.
Hey, Twitsan! This is my favorite part of Mysterium. Okay, now explain what the dream means. Yeah. It was very difficult because we had two Scottish characters with the same plaid.
Yes.
And one of them was the red herring.
Mm.
I was like, oh god, that's going to be difficult. That's going to be a pain in my butt.
So yeah, we're going to clean this up.
Yep.
Amanda will be reading in about a half an hour at 10 p.m. Eastern over on twitch.tv/MerrimanLion. And then tomorrow
reading
morning...
Susan Cooper. You'd love to play more stuff together sometime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You can also just grab cards for Dixit. Yeah, definitely. I would like more like culprits and rooms and stuff.
Yeah, we're going to definitely get a couple of the expansions.
Yeah. Atlas, we are here every Thursday night at 7:30 Eastern, and we don't play audience play-along games every week, but they are a regular staple of our game closet. So
I'm actually thinking of buying the new, well, not the new, but the Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective games. They are from the makers of the Unlock games that we've played a great deal of. And they're definitely intended to be played cooperatively.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'll probably buy one of those this coming week, and we'll probably play that next week.
Yeah.
So Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective on stream next week, and that will be definitely something that chat can participate in.
Yeah. We do play, like, Unlock games a fair amount, and the Unlock games definitely, we love to have folks play with us for those, because goodness knows we miss things.
And of course, tomorrow morning is Finishing Friday over on my painting stream. I have 5 Untamed Beasts minis from the Warcry demo that I'm painting up.
So I will be painting over on my stream, which is twitch.tv/Tanatos, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. So yeah, lots of streaming for us.
Yeah.
And this was a delight. I'm so glad folks could join us for a little bit of Mysterium. I love this game so much, and
This game is great.
we've played a ton of it. So good night, everybody. Have a pleasant evening. Perhaps we'll see you in the chat over on Amanda's stream momentarily in about half an hour.
Yeah, in about half an hour.
Yeah.
20 minutes-ish.
Ish. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, we do have a background soundtrack from Gav.
Yes, on my painting stream, I definitely do. Yeah.
I'll tell you later, Atlas. My stream.